Moo! Moo! Moo!
Hey.
How's it going?
You want to never run anymore, do you?
No, that's why I stopped. It's like, man.
It's surprising that's still rolling down the road yet. That should have been thrown away long ago.
That?
Well, a
No.
lot of them were.
Oh, yeah.
You're hard pressed to find Rancheros.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking for a while. Finally found one.
Yeah. Did you pick it up here?
It was in on the north side of Sheboygan.
Nice.
Sat by Genuine Mechanics in the lot since '09. And a tree fell on the fender and busted the windshield, so now we're searching for parts. And have a hell of a time finding a windshield unless you want to pay $100 to get it here.
Yeah.
Then I got to pay the guy $100 to put it in. So
How much do they go for just for the windshield alone?
high as $250 I found them.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a good $150 windshield.
And they didn't share any parts with anything else, like a Fairlane or anything, did they? The windshield or?
Oh, that stuff's available.
Is
That's
it?
just pretty easy to get these days, unless you get into some older stuff.
Uh-huh.
You know, that there's no call for it at all.
Yeah.
Then you run into problems. I deal with 40s cars mostly, and I got a couple Willys,
Uh-huh.
4 doors, and they have a curved back window.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Nobody makes them, so you're pretty much stuck trying to find one or do a Lexan one or something like that. But
Yeah.
no, this thing runs and drives pretty good yet.
What motor's in it?
170 cube 6 with a 3 in the tree.
That's a inline 6, right?
Yep. They run forever if you keep oil in them.
Yeah.
It was built in California and come out of Nevada. There must be some situation. I think I'm more Chevrolet guy than anything, but I know the floor pans on the Chevys are station wagon floors.
Okay.
And then they made El Caminos out of them. And this cover here comes off, and that's where your feet would sit as a passenger.
Ah,
So
okay.
a tray underneath them.
Uh-huh.
And I think what's happening is the water was getting in here,
Uh-huh.
and it probably sat on a seam here.
Yep, and rusted out, huh?
Rusted it out. So I'm going to have to pull that cover out, put some drain holes or something in there so if water does get past the side,
Uh-huh.
get it so that once that's fixed, then it doesn't come back. But, you know, factory didn't build this stuff the last, 50
Well, back then they're still learning. I mean, look at what 20 years did. I mean, 20 years before this thing was made, they still had the Model A's and...
It's funny, there's an awful lot of them fuckers running around.
I got a buddy in Florida, he daily drives it.
We,
Daily drives it.
my wife and I work at Stipe Machine over outside of Plymouth,
Uh-huh.
and we do Model A cams new.
Okay.
The only place on the planet that makes new cams. We can't keep up. There's so many of them.
You don't know anywhere to get a flathead block that's in good condition, do you?
Sure. There's a bunch of guys around that got them. I don't dabble with them because so many of them are cracked and it's a pick and a poke, but
Well, see, that's what he's running into. I think he's bought 2 or 3 of them now, and they're cracked.
a lot of them are cracked and you got to be careful. You can't pay too much for one.
Yep.
And if you do, buy with the, hey, I want to run it to the motor guy and have it Magnaflux, then I'll pay you your ridiculous price. But
Yeah.
I got guys who have them. I got a buddy in Fond du Lac that drag races one.
Okay.
He's got a 50s dragster. Built out of a Model T frame, and he put a roll cage and shit on it. He's a good guy that keeps an eye on flatheads. There's a guy up in Oshkosh. He goes by the name of his name's Jack Meyer. He's an engine builder, and he builds flatheads.
Okay.
So Jack I've known for a lot of years, and he's a good connection guy.
Nice.
So I can get you some names and numbers and shit.
Yeah, because he's going through a couple of them. He's got a 4-banger in it now, which is now knocking. So.
Some Chevy 2 4-bangers if you want something a little different.
Yeah. I don't. He's kind of like me, where Chevy stays with Chevy and Ford. What he's shooting for, he's trying to put the flathead in there and make it look like it came from there. So he's got the cross member and the A-arm. I can't remember the exact name of that thing, but
Wishbone probably.
yeah, that's it. Yep, the wishbone. So he's got all that. Like when he's done with it, it'll look like it was supposed to be in the car. Yeah.
See, they had flatheads in 32.
Yep. Yeah, his is a 30.
I've got a 40 Ford in the backyard that's got a flathead in it, but absolutely no way of knowing if it's good or not.
Yeah.
And motor and trainees, and a friend of mine hauled it back from South Dakota.
Nice.
And that motor could go too. It'd just be kind of a pain in the ass to pull it out.
Yeah.
But I got one laying there, and it's probably more work than it's worth to do, but hey, if the guy wants one, the price would be right. I have no way of knowing if it's good or not. And it's the earlier one, when you get to the 53 to 48, the distributor's in a different spot.
Okay.
So I imagine he wants to keep the earlier block.
Yeah, he's got one of the fancy race-style distributors that only certain people would know what it is.
Hold on, Dave. Like that. They're good to go. Gotta pull the stems out. Pull the core out of the stem, but they're good to go. And then we got some rework to do. Kind of messed up. I went out and bought some calibrating copies and put my little Michelin radials on them, and I put them on I got 40 Willies, and they look too tiny on the front.
Yeah.
So put something a little wider and a little squarer.
You gonna put those wheels and tires on it?
No, that's what I had on it.
Okay.
And I got a 56 Chev I'm doing now, but these are going on my Willies. I've had that car almost 40 years, and it's time I change something. So, one of them things. These look a little too small.
Yeah,
I got a 33 and they'll work just fine on that. I've been dragging shit home for fucking years, and I got a lot of connection, guys. So
yeah.
it's easy to find shit if you just connections. That means everything.
Black stuff on, or?
Black stuff all, Dave. I'm not a white ball guy. Yeah, I got to change this over to 5-lug wheels. It's the wife's car, basically. And
Yeah.
She wants mags on it, so I got a Granada rear end that I think will be the same to put on. Only thing I got to do is plot out the bolt 4-lug against the 5, and then I think I'm going to re-drill the bolts.
Were these 9 inches on these, or is that too early for that?
Yeah. Well, there were 9 inches in 57 already. Those are your Galaxies and all of that stuff. Now they had 2 9 inches. They had a big bearing and a small bearing.
Okay.
When you go to the end of the tube of the housing,
Go neck. Okay.
That's the big bearing. They came in Rancheros, retractables, convertibles, and station wagons. Like a 300 sedan would have had the small bearing.
Okay.
But they're only 28 spline, and they're only as good as a 8-inch.
Yeah.
Because the axle is exactly the same size, so you can put 8-inch axles in a 9-inch housing and all of that. That interchanges. They get good when you get to the 31 spline.
Yeah.
And that was 64 on up, I think. Well, whenever it came out of 406, maybe 62.
Okay.
Then you could get one big bearings, 31 spline. That's a much tougher axle. I've been dragging some of that shit home too for years, and it's getting hard to find because they haven't put a 9-inch in a truck since like
80s. Yeah.
something like that. And
Was it 86, 87, somewhere around there? Because eventually they went to the 8.8 with the speed sensor and the thing. And
I like the earlier stuff because it's so easy to get stuff.
yes, it's easy to work on too.
Right. I got a neighbor that sets up my ring and pinions, and I just take him the parts over and $100, and
Does he do good work?
he's done an awful lot of dirt cars around here. So if he's got good parts, there's no problem with doing good work.
Yeah, I've got a F250 at Super Duty that I got a limited slip to put in.
Okay. He
And
doesn't like the whole vehicle. You just bring in the carrier.
yeah, I don't want to rip out the whole axle out of that thing.
Well, just pop the carrier out.
Yeah, but you'd have to have the housing though to get the shims, and I was gonna put all new bearings and stuff in it while I was there. Might as well.
Yeah.
It's got 240,000 miles on it. Might as well just knock that out, and I ain't got to worry about it. So.
That I know he doesn't get into it. He doesn't have a facility for that.
Yeah.
But,
Well, the 9 inches are nice because you just bring them the chunk. You know, here you go.
so that's what I mean. Right?
Yep.
That's what he does. I got a Olds Pontiac on one of my race cars that I want to change ring and pinion on, and he thinks it's going to be okay to do too. Them fucking things are so heavy, it's unbelievable. The carrier with a spool, the ring and pinion weighs damn near 100 pounds.
Damn.
But they used them in top fuel cars until the late 60s. So
Yeah.
you couldn't break them.
Is it like the banjo style looking thing, or?
They drop off center just like a Olds.
Okay.
They're really, really tough. But now they're getting hard to find, and if you got a posi unit, guys want to pay me $1,000 for a carrier with a posi unit. But all these guys are restoring these Super Duty 421 Catalinas and stuff like that, and then the price goes through the roof.
Yep. Well, this stuff's getting older and older too, you know.
Exactly. I've been fucking with this stuff since the early 70s, and you know, you didn't have enough money to buy this shit years ago, and you still don't have enough.
Yeah.
Things just get out of hand.
Yep.
That's progress, I guess. But I'm not
Unfortunately,
I'm
yeah.
not a big fan of progress.
I hear ya.
Look what I drive.
Uh-huh.
This is the new car.
Nice.
I got a 41 Willys Forder I drive for a daily car.
Well, I'll let you guys get back to it.
All right.
Get on down the road.
Keep the shiny side.
I'll try.